Yeah, hi, what is going on, Emmett's army? He is so cute and precious, but I am so upset. I am so mad. I always try and be positive, right? I mean, look at any of the other videos. We want Emmett's army to be a positive place. We want the videos that you see just is kind of like an escape from all the horrible other things that are going on in the world. We want this to be a positive place. Where you can come and it's, not negative. But I am so upset. I'm so frustrated. This condition that Emmett has is frustrating enough, and then he goes through these like other things that are also frustrating. Here, well, let me start from the beginning. Emmett was born healthy. At around about 2 years old, he started losing skills. He was walking and talking and eating and smiling and laughing and playing, doing all the normal things that a 2-year-old would do, but then he started losing all those skills, and now they're like all gone. All of them. His nervous system is disappearing. He has a rare condition called Krabbe, and he can blink and he can still hear. Those are basically the 2 skills that he has. And so he's going through a lot every day. And so this is just hard in general because he needs 24-hour care. You can watch some of the other videos if you want to like get up to date on this. But for right now, today, Thanksgiving, I'm just really upset. And Emmett's going through so much. He's got like this stye in his eye that's been like there for quite a while. It's been like going, we've like taken care of it, and then it like comes back, and then he has this like weird like burn on his neck. It started out as like a rash, and then we're like not sure what it is, and it creates a whole flurry of course, doctor's appointments, trips to the pharmacy, things like that. And so we're not sure exactly what it is. We don't know if it hurts. We don't know what it feels like for him. So there's a lot of questions that are up in the air, just even when it comes to those 2 things. And I'm just frustrated because Emmett's already going through so much, and then he has to go through these other things, which again, like I said, we don't know if they hurt. We can ask him. He does communicate by blinking. He blinks once for yes, 2 for no. So he can say if he's in pain when we ask him. But it's just so frustrating for me. I'm so irked that it's just, there's always like one more thing, it seems like, that he's going through. He is so awesome though. He has such a rad personality. He's so happy. Generally speaking, he has a good attitude. He's so much fun to hang out with. He's a really good kid. And so I think that's what just makes it even harder for me, is that I have to see him go through this. I am going to stop ranting, and I'm going to turn it over to Nikki so that she can talk more about specifically what's been going on for like the past 3 or 4 months now, back when all of this started. He is so precious. I just want to squeeze his little head off because he's so cute. Yes, Emmett. So, here's Nikki.
Hey guys, so I know you just heard a rant from Joe, and he wants me to add to his rant. And he's right. We are usually very positive on this channel, and hardly ever talk about these kinds of things, I guess. But yeah, I saw a picture, a meme, if you will, once about like special needs parents, and envision like an encyclopedia and how thick those books are, and it's like, what's happening in my life, and then this is how much I tell you, which is just like a little tiny novel, like that big. So I guess this is part of the encyclopedia, if you will. But yeah, Emmett, he goes through a lot, already. He already goes through so much. And now we have to add these other things on top of it. So I think if you think of it as if, let's say, Krabbe never happened, this would just be a normal video, right? Oh, our son, he has a stye and it's really gross and nasty, but it's getting better. Or, oh, he reacted to something and now he has this rash, but it's getting better. So, but it would be fine because it was, no Krabbe. But you add Krabbe on top of that, and it's like, why? Why do we have to deal with these things on top of it? So, yeah, I mean, this Stye thing has been going on since basically the beginning of June this year. And he's been fine before, like no problems, no issues with his eyes whatsoever. And then one day on June 1st, it started getting red. And then from there, like 2 days later, it was swollen. And then another 3 days after that, there was an abscess, and it was hideous. And it got bigger and bigger to the point that it kind of burst because there was so much pressure. And then it was draining, and it was like this open wound, and it was horrible. And yeah, I know, buddy. It was no fun. We were doing compresses, like pretty much every hour we were doing a compress. And then we were doing it too much, and then his eye bruised. So there was like bruising under his eye and over his eye. It was a mess. It was a hot mess. And we went to an eye doctor a couple of times about it. And we ended up going on an oral antibiotic. It's called Augmentin. So for those of you out there that are medical or have been on it, you know how nasty that stuff is. It just like rips your gut to shreds. It's just terrible. This poor kid has been through so much. They originally started him on the antibiotic for like 10 days. And so it was 10 days of awfulness. And then it started to get better, but then it got worse again. So it's like been this up and down thing with his eye. And it's just never really gone away since June. And then after the 10 days, when it started to get better and then it got worse again, then we talked to the doctor again, and they wanted to do it for another 20 days. Guys, he was on Augmentin for a month. Can you imagine how many diapers we went through? Oh my gosh, it was awful. It was terrible. This poor guy, he's been through so much already. It's like, why? Again, why? And then just recently, just within the last week, he woke up literally overnight. So like Tuesday, he's fine. His skin is fine. And then Wednesday morning, he has this rash on his neck. And initially, we thought it was normal because he does get these little like blotchy red marks on his skin when he holds his breath, when he's tense and tight, but they always disappear. This one did not disappear. And so I think we went in that same day to see Dr. Paul, who he did a video on Emmett's Stye, actually, back when it was really, really bad. So I think we'll put the link in the description below if you want to check that one out. But yeah, we went in on Wednesday last week and saw him, and we had like outlined the red area. And then by the time, so when we noticed the redness Wednesday morning, and then by the time we got to the office in the afternoon, the late afternoon, there was like these little blisters forming, within that red patch. And then by the next day, by Thursday morning, those blisters had formed and then burst, and like to me it looked like a burn. Like that was what my medical background as a nurse was screaming, this looks like a burn. But I called the doctor's office, and they were like, oh well, it sounds like it could be a bacterial infection, so we'll do this ointment treatment. So we were doing like a triple antibiotic treatment 3 times a day. And that helped the redness go down, but it didn't really help the blistered skin to heal and that open wound to heal. So we did that over the weekend, and then Monday it was bleeding around the edges. So I called Dr. Paul, and we did a video, and he's like, well, let's try this ointment and this ointment, and we'll alternate between the two and see if that helps. And if that doesn't help, then we'll start an oral antibiotic. And so we did that for about 24 hours yesterday, and then today we went in because his eye started getting red again and swollen, and there was like he woke up with some skin. It just looked really raw, like it was opening up again, like it did with the abscess when that burst and popped. That was disgusting. But anyway, so we went in to see him about the eye, and while I was there, I had him look at the rash, and he pulled the dressing back, and he goes, that looks like a partial thickness burn. I was like, thank you. That's what I said the whole time. But so now we're doing yet a different cream and treatment for his neck. So yeah, there's some frustration, I would say, for sure. We're trying to find what we're thankful for, which we are. We're so grateful that we get to have each and every day with Emmett. But I think every once in a while we can be a little frustrated. So we're kind of letting you guys in, I guess, on what that looks like. Just kind of on a regular basis, on a day-to-day basis, versus just an overall view of what Crabbe is like and what living with Crabbe looks like and how to make the most of life. So thanks for joining us. Thanks for listening to our rants. And maybe you'll learn something, maybe not. But yeah, give us a like, subscribe, and we'll see you soon. And happy Thanksgiving!